and Lisa Celine today. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, how are you? I'm
Good,
good.
good. We're going to be chatting today. We're just going to be back chatting today about Facebook changes and the upcoming promotions for the holiday season. It's time to start thinking about that. It actually has already been time to start thinking about that, but we're going to remind you in case you haven't. So Kimmy is missing today once again, but we are going to cover it, and we're kind of changing the format like I brought up on the last show, that sometimes it's going to be just me and Lisa. Sometimes maybe Lisa will do something, and sometimes my phone will ring, which I'd love to turn off, but for
That's
some
awesome.
reason, you know, the things that happen. That's great. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on Facebook. Let's talk about that, because the reason I want to discuss this is there's been a few things, and it's been frustrating for even us as social media people who do this for a living. We all get
Right.
frustrated when Facebook decides to suddenly make a move and make a change without telling you, and I don't know if you know.
Especially,
Mhm.
yeah, especially when you're doing a class live and you say,
Oh,
no, your button is here on the left and it's to the top right corner. Real time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's amazing. Yeah, and that happens a lot. I mean, it happens quite often. So
Yeah.
one thing that happened to me last week is last few weeks I've been more than anything using Post Planner. Shout out to Post Planner, because we love their app and we use their app quite a bit. And so it's a scheduler, and so I've been scheduling a lot in Post Planner. And so I went back to Facebook, and I was just going to try to load a video and schedule that out. And for the life of me, I couldn't find the schedule button. It
Hit
used
the
to be
button.
yeah, and it used to be just that little, looked like a clock in the
Yeah.
right where you were posting. Yeah,
Yep.
it was gone. I had no idea. And honestly, thank goodness for my social media friends, because that's how I had to email. I was going crazy. And so that has moved, but I heard it might be moving again, that they're testing this. So just don't. So be prepared for some more change possibilities here, because they've been messing around with the pages the last couple weeks a lot.
Well, they haven't, the emoticons that you could put in the comments,
Yeah.
the little things that, I mean, some of the news feeds were full of these little pictures and graphics, and then the next day I went and you couldn't do it again, and then I saw it come back, and so it was kind of funny, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
definitely.
And then mine have disappeared, like I loaded a whole bunch in and then they were gone, and I don't know. So, it's never perfect. No technology is, though. None. So now, Lisa, have you figured out where that scheduler is? Have you seen it and used it?
Yes, I have. It's near the comment box. When you go to post, it's actually on your lower right. When I'm looking at the screen, it's on the right-hand side, the blue button, and you have to use the drop-down arrow, and then it'll say schedule post.
Yep. So it's
That way it's
really
more
on the
easily
button. Yeah, it's on the
on
button,
the
but
button.
it's the little arrow. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't even known to. I don't know. It was something I was surprised. So bottom line is, make sure that it's. So explain once again, Lisa. It's on that blue post button.
On a blue post button. So before you hit post, right next to the button itself, there's a little arrow that's pointing down. Click on the arrow, it'll give you a few options, and it'll ask you if you want to schedule your post. And that's where you're going to put it.
Okay, and we can demo that too. We can also
Yeah,
demo
we
that
can
too.
do
We have
that.
a couple things we want to demo, so we'll do that at the same time. So let's move on to the fan gate, the like gate, whatever you want to call it. There's many names for it, but it's basically that gate where it forces people to like the page
You
within.
have to like to see a picture or like it to get the contest, to win a pizza, or like it to find out information that's behind that gate.
Mhm.
And it was purposely put there to entice people to like the page. And I know there's a big uproar about, oh my gosh, that's gone, what are we going to do? So I think it's important to help educate our listeners that Facebook is still relevant. You can still get in front of the right audience.
I agree, and it's something that's going to be disappearing. I believe it's still existing. until, and I don't have an exact date, but I believe it's November 6th that they're actually going to, like, not, it won't be there anymore. So I don't know if somebody is doing that on their, they have an app set up. I'm not sure how their app is going to work, so it's something to look at if they have an app that is, you know, pointing for people to like the page in order to enter blank or whatever it may be, or to see something. They're going to need to fix that. That's one thing I would look at. There's a lot of ideas to do instead. Honestly, since they changed the timeline, the fan pages to timeline, about, what, 2 years ago? A couple, I don't know, time flies so fast, but it's been a while. I haven't used that like gate as much as I used to before the timeline changes in the first place. The only time we really used it was on apps for contests more than anything. So in reality, it was bringing in the wrong types of people. A lot of people were doing that so they get like after like after like, but then they give away an iPad that the general population needed, not necessarily their target market. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, because one of the companies that I had been working with were all about the invite to like game, and they just kept, you know, building the likes, and I said, you know, take that $100 bill and give it to somebody outside, because they're not coming back to your page, you know. So it's not about the number of likes. That's not going to put food on your table. The engagement is what is going to convert to customers. It's having the right people on your page that you can have a conversation with. And so I think there's just a better way. And now with Facebook retargeting and Facebook ads, there's an ability to get in front of the right audience that way versus having them like a page.
Yes. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about these options here. That,
okay.
You know, Heyo did a great post, and we will put that in our show notes. Heyo did a wonderful post all about how to get likes and engage customers and people instead of the old fan gateway. So we will post that. But some of the pullouts I got from that and other things that I've seen is, like you said, using those targeted ads.
Absolutely. And, you know, the Facebook retargeting is literally you put a script on your website. So if somebody's visiting your website looking around, and we'll use, you know, a pair of shoes as an example. If you are selling shoes on your site, they're red, and that person, you know, comes back later in the day and is hanging out on Facebook, all of a sudden your website and those red shoes are going to show up on Facebook. And so it happens all the time.
They chase me down. I know that. When I'm a big eBay shopper, and on eBay and Amazon are kings of retargeting. And so when I'm if I look at an item and I don't purchase it, that item is following me all over Facebook.
It is absolutely true. Office supplies are my downfall. I love buttons and microphones, and so office supplies are mine, and chocolate. And so if you're going to start a sugar-free diet, don't be searching around on the internet for chocolate, because it's going to show up in your news feed and taunt you.
Oh, that's great. That's great. But it teaches a lesson. Other businesses can do this too. So if you have a hot prospect that you ran an ad to, you have that code on your website, and they've actually been to your website, it's showing they showed interest, so you can do the retargeting. And you could target this to, you could even narrow a lot of this down to even retargeting fans only, but you want to make sure that those fans. So let's go into the little bit more about how you want to narrow in to different, you want to take out the countries that are not relevant to your target.
Yeah, why don't you cover that, Janet? That's something fairly new to me that I've just learned about. So
okay, well, let's go into that. Let's quick do a screen share and show.
Okay.
We're going to show where that little button is we talked about, and then we will show real quick how to just edit that. Oops, I don't have the right thing pulled up. Here we go. Okay, so let's quick show, back up and show the where that scheduler is. It's simple. I mean, now it looks like duh, but okay. So it's on the bottom right. It used to have a little icon over here, and now it's instead on the bottom right next to post. You click on those little arrows, and there you go. Simple as that. Now, the other thing you want to do is look at your insights. I'm going to actually do another step in here before we talk about narrowing down the countries. And I haven't checked, what countries are best to market to or that kind of thing, but I know there's a few that you just, and if you're a local business, well, you should really be narrowing down who you're talking to if you think about it.
Absolutely.
So if you go into insights and then you go to people, and then you go down, you can see all these different countries. And I mean, I have got a lot of countries on mine. And so if you look at the countries, you could say Turkey, United Kingdom, which is fine. Nigeria, Pakistan, and those, those are probably not my target market, okay? So let's get those out of there. Now, how do you do that? So let's go back to the settings. And on that main settings page, if you go down, there's country restrictions. And there's where you click edit, and then you can add those different countries in and save changes. And it says hide this page from viewers in these countries.
So you have to type in each country, though. So yes. Are you just pulling it right off of your insights?
I did that on mine, yes.
Sure. Okay.
But if, and you could do it if you're, if you are only United States based,
right?
I would put in United States and then just put only show this page to viewers in this country.
That would be very helpful for one of my clients. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So it's very important to make sure you take the time to do that, because when you're running those ads to your fans only, especially,
right?
Why waste the money? Why throw away the money? So you want to target that in. So that kind of covers those pieces. Let's talk about a couple more ideas to build up your fans. Now, one thing, I was on Mari Smith's call the other day, and she was talking about how 2015, the predictions for 2015, is Facebook isn't going to be as much about the likes and the amount of followers you have. It's about the targeted followers. So it's not about how much engagement you're getting. It's just about how much reach that you're getting with the fans that actually, Kitty's here. So with the fans that you actually are your target market. And here's my cat, so everybody say hi,
Kitty. Aw, that's fun.
So let's talk about a little bit more about running the contests. What's your ideas on contests for getting more fans, Lisa?
Well, I think contests can be good. There's a lot of different ways to have a contest. Especially, we're coming upon the holiday season, and people are pretty active and engaged, and maybe you have something that somebody might like to give as a gift to somebody else. So you could run contests to win a certain prize. And using apps like Heyo will help you generate and run those contests so that you don't have to try and create it on your own. Contests are good, but I suggest giving things away that are fairly relevant to your business instead of...
Well, yes, I completely agree with that, because it's either something that has to do with your business, or if you're a local business, don't give away an iPad. I mean, I keep throwing out the iPad, but I'm just saying...
Well, yeah, like you said, it's general population. So if you're a pizzeria, give out a restaurant coupon, or go together with, other restaurants in your area or other stores say you're in a strip mall, and you could give away a bundled package of those people in the strip mall, so that you're bringing people into the store. So you've got a pizzeria, maybe a gift shop, and go together in it, and then put your ad campaigns, and 4 stores could run the same contest on all different 4 Facebook pages. But you're bringing them back.
Yeah, and the key there, what you're saying is you're actually, well, first off, you're helping the local market, but also it's relevant. Who's going to want to enter in another state?
Right.
that isn't going to even be able to come in there. And so that's why we're running Halloween contests on the orthodontics pages, and
Oh, sure.
they're entering, and now they're doing timeline contests because their goal isn't to collect emails, even though I don't
I
necessarily
know.
agree, but that's okay, because you know what, they want that to up that engagement, and they want to do these contests once in a while, and that's fine. So we can just do a timeline. We don't have to do it based on put the app together to collect the emails, even though that is a little better. So they're doing a contest, but then we're giving away things that are local, like Buck Hill, and which people that are listening around the country probably wouldn't even know what that is. But it's a local ski place. So
Sure.
you want to stay local when you're a local business.
Yeah, definitely. And when you run your ads, you can run a Facebook ad campaign and target specific zip codes, other people in that area, so that only that's going to show up in front of your relevant audience, which is
Exactly.
But,
Yep.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. I think this is the way to go, and run a contest once in a while if you really want to build those likes. Now let's talk about the other side of it with the email campaign when you are using the app, because I do believe that if you can get them onto your own email, and I know you're a huge believer in this too, Lisa. Get them on your own email list. Get them off of Facebook. That like is great and all, but let's get them on the email list.
Well, and one of the things with an email list is I want to see who came to visit my page. And so a lot of times people like you and they think you're awesome, and if you don't capture something to stay in touch with them, they're going to forget you as soon as they turn the corner and find somebody else's page. So if you can give something away to capture their email address, then you can stay in front of them. You can announce contests that you have coming up and bring them back to your page. You can also, edify them and share it, have them share your page with other people. And the email list is definitely something that I've been a big fan of. It's not difficult, and it's harder to bring an email list together from an outside source than it is to build it organically. Because that way you know that these people are already interested in you.
Mm-hmm.
It's more friendly. Search engines or the email services say, hey, okay, you got a great list. You have a higher open rate because they already know who you are. And you can do that on Facebook by, certain applications, lead pages, and, I think Heyo has a plugin for that too that connects through one of their pages. But yeah, email's huge.
Well, and then adding that on, going backwards to the ads, you can actually download that list, the CSV file, and I don't want to get too complicated, but you can upload that and target only your email list also with your ads.
Right.
So that power of, having the highly targeted audience is the only people that you're talking to makes a huge difference. And so really narrowing the focus. That's what Facebook's about in 2015. So let's finish up with talking about the promotions of the holidays, because we do have the holidays coming up. Some ideas. What are your thoughts on what people should be thinking about, especially with the Facebook piece?
Well, I think, regarding whatever holiday you're into, if you have your people, your peeps, the people that are engaged with you on your fan page, have them post pictures of their ugly sweater contest, or have them post pictures of all their Halloween candy they got tonight, and start talking to them and letting them engage with you, asking them for feedback. And you can start dressing up if your employees are dressed up, post that on Facebook. Give some gift idea suggestions. People are buying gifts left and right, so maybe come up with some bundled packages of different gift items that you could sell through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use, if you've got a tube of lipstick and some eye cream and, maybe some eyeshadow or something, package it up really pretty, take a picture of it, and do a giveaway or offer it as a fee. Have them purchase it right through your Facebook page. So I'm Yeah, holidays are big things, so
People are in
dress
the
it up,
buying
change your
mode. Yep. Yep. I hate, it's believe it or not,
timeline.
people want to buy. People are ready to buy during the holidays, and it's probably more of the time. And even it doesn't matter if you're in the retail type business or a different type of business. If you work with those holidays, it can make a difference in your campaign. So you want to think ahead of what exactly are you going to be doing around that Thanksgiving holiday, whatever holidays that you got to think about what your fans are interested in also. Your target market, are they following the Christmas? Are they following those
Right.
holidays? You want to make sure that you're talking to the right people too. So, because I know if you're talking around the world, some people celebrate different holidays. So make sure
Well,
that you're focusing on your
think of a business consultant. The first of the year, people can be very busy with taxes and planning and trying to get that scrambled up. So if a business consultant has good engagement on there, they could do gift certificates,
yes.
and package it really nice and put it in together so when you deliver that to that person that purchased it, that it's got that nice wow factor to it.
Completely agree. Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we covered a lot today. So hopefully you guys are really taking advantage of the Facebook ads, Facebook promotions. Be on your Facebook. Use that
Yeah.
scheduler to get things prepared so that you're not doing, the guessing game of, oh, what should I post today? It's just very important to make sure that you're preparing ahead of time with your calendar. So take a look at the next 2-3 months, lay it out, and make a plan.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day.